Hey y'all, Niiamah Ashong here, and welcome to this bonus part two here, where we're spending time with Alex Concepcion, who wrote the book Survival First. Alex, you have to remind me the
Subtitle.
subheadline.
Yeah.
Yeah, the subtitle.
The Rebel Entrepreneur's Guide to Risk, Riches, and Immortality.
Nice. So if you haven't watched part one of our conversation, I recommend that you go back and watch that there. We dive into the book, we dive into his journey and story. It's a riveting conversation, so I recommend you start there. We're going to spend just like a few minutes here. This might be like 3 minutes, but we're going to spend some time just like seeing like he's an outlier. There's still things that are evolving. There's still things that you're trying to figure out and grow from in one way or the other. And I think like if we can just bring some of that into this space, we'll go ahead and play with it, right? Know that,
Okay.
look, I'm going to hide nothing and hold nothing back. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
All right. And I'm here to serve you rather than please you. You good with that too?
Yeah.
All right. And the
Uh,
last thing is that, like, I just have life-changing conversations, like, on the reg. So at this point in my life, nothing comes below that. You open to this being a life-changing conversation, even in 3 minutes?
yeah. Let's do
All
it.
right. Let's play. Let's play. So Alex, let me toss it over to you because we got a chance to talk right before we came on here. What's flowing through you right now? What do you want to bring?
Is how I want to engage professionally after this book comes out because I've done everything that I wanted to do in my current business, Taco Street. And I know part of what I'm going to do is guide people with educational products on how to do that business. But I'm on a broader path of how do I engage more directly with entrepreneurs and be a guide to help people think about risk and darkness and these really hardcore, deep concepts that are difficult to first think of or process. And I'm just wondering, how do I like bring people to me who want to go through this journey? And it's the reason I call this, I make a lot of allusions to Dante's Inferno, because what that book is Virgil, the poet, guiding Dante through hell so that he can better reach paradise. And it's a dramatic way to frame it, but I want to do that with entrepreneurs who want to look at darkness in themselves and their businesses and ask tough questions, come to tough realizations so that they can better get to where they need to go. And I'm trying to figure out how do I professionally package that into a thing.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay. I got a couple questions for you. The first one, the biggest one that comes here is like, when you say, how do I professionally package that? Like, my question is like, are you having fun with it yet?
Well, I haven't done that with anyone yet, but
So, all right. So here's another invitation for you, right?
yeah,
We're gonna have a short period of time here right now, but if you want, we can set up some time. And like, if there's something like, I'm happy to be one of the first people you do it with, right? It's not gonna be like over a long period
yeah,
of
yeah,
time,
yeah,
so on
yeah.
and so forth. So you let me know if it wouldn't work for you, but like, I'm happy to get you to the place where you're like, well, I've done it with someone,
Yeah.
like, and have that conversation. But just so you know, I'll put that out there because I
Great.
end up being a catalyst for a lot of people. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, sign me up. I'm good. I
Uh-huh.
want to experience your magic. Like, you
Yeah.
got something I don't got. I want to I want to
Uh-huh.
I want to experience that.
A guinea pig.
Yeah,
A
I
risky guinea pig.
yeah, I don't,
Yeah.
and like, 'cause at the very least, I'm gonna grow.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's that I know, and then you're gonna have
Uh,
an experience of it. So you don't have to say yes or no right now, but like one of the things I can be like, let's just change that part so you can actually get a chance to see it. So that's one.
yeah. No, I'm in.
Okay. All right, cool. We'll talk about that after that. Uh, it's interesting you said like it's interesting your response to my question. I like what would it be like to have fun with it, or there's something on that line. You're like, well, I haven't done
Uh,
it yet. I'm like, well, that like
yeah.
maybe we start there, you
Uh-huh.
know, and like rather than getting into the full part of the business, like what would it be like to like just do it at like a few times and like just give yourself a chance because it didn't seem to me like a logical next step. Like, what would it be to have more fun? Like, oh, I would do this, I would do that. You're like, well, I haven't done it yet. So maybe
Yeah.
that's the part where the questions are coming from, and just get you a chance to start doing that.
Yeah. No, it's a guided tour through entrepreneurial hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so you know, what you just said right there, Alex, like please keep saying it or some version of that. Because like as we talk, like I get that like you're a fun guy, right? There's things that that come off as a like more dryly, but you're
Uh-huh.
like my first picture was with an alpaca, and it was like the default. It's like, but you didn't go out of your way to do like some photo shoot with like an alpaca. Like, you're like, I
Uh-huh.
was living my life, and there was an alpaca, and I needed to put up a picture on a website, so I did because I don't take myself that seriously.
Uh-huh.
When I hear you describe this right here, this was like it was like super serious, and I was like, what happened to the fun? Like
Yeah.
where did it go?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I know there's kind of a contrast with how I speak in like these contests and these contexts. Um, when I'm around my friends, I'm like kind of off the rails and unhinged.
Yeah, I want
Um,
that. Like,
yeah.
I think regardless of like with your friends or not, like I guess where I'm coming from is like where you were when you said part of what made that business so successful was the fact that you're off the rails and unhinged just a
Uh-huh.
bit, just enough. You know, when I heard the way you asked this question, it was far more like in like it felt like like the
Uh-huh.
first thing for me was like, where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where's
Yeah.
it feels very much on the rails,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
with
No,
the
I haven't.
timetable and the time schedule. I'm like, I don't know if I help you create that, I think we'll
Uh-huh.
probably create the wrong thing.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to like bring that to this format yet.
Yeah,
Um,
because you haven't done it yet.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
oh, but there's if you read any of my writing,
yeah,
like my personal writing,
yeah.
yeah, it is.
What,
I
what,
go to
what,
some
what
strange,
yeah. The thing that you're not saying that the whatever that is, say
yeah,
it, right? Like
uh-huh,
I think at least to me, like there's something that you bring that is like that's just different,
mhm,
you know. Cool. You're like, hey, I want to help you go through the entrepreneur, like walk you as your guide through the 5 levels of entrepreneurial hell, so you can get to entrepreneurial paradise. Gotcha. I'm like, all right, cool. Tell me more.
mhm.
I'm like, all right, like, trust me, as an entrepreneur, I'm like, I know what it's like to feel like at least think I'm feeling hell.
Yeah,
Like there's some bigger problems out in the world, but there's some
uh-huh,
problems as an entrepreneur. So
yeah,
there's something in there. I'm like, wait, if you can get me to paradise, like, let's talk.
yeah,
And if I don't have to feel as though it's hellish all the way through because you do like zany, wacky, off the rails, like totally like out there or totally in there ways of going about it, so that this experience that I'm having doesn't have to feel so well, then yeah,
yeah.
more.
And part of what just listening to you right now is helping me kind of process is the reality that a lot of us are solopreneurs, but also like really solo. And I've had to like augment my solopreneur with investing heavily in building relationships. But my entrepreneur life, I'm on my own. Like,
Yeah.
and that's so separate from my actual how I engage with my friends.
Yes.
Like, I'm most of my friends barely know how I make money, and like they don't really. I'm just me to them.
Yep.
They know I'm an entrepreneur. They know I have my own thing, but they know me because I engage as me.
Yep.
And in when I am running my business, doing my like entrepreneur stuff, I am on my own, and I'm realizing that so many other people are kind of the same way, where they're on their entrepreneur journey and it's lonely and they don't know how to have those deep thoughts or know like what kinds of questions to ask.
Even who to ask it to, as you say, like as you're talking, it makes me, because like I'm here, right? I'm here with you,
Yeah.
right? And like in mine, I'm like, when you say that, like, oh, that feels like its own level of hell, like the loneliness and
Yeah.
all, like it's like its own, like it's like you just
Yeah.
get there and you just experience like knowing that there's a bunch of people around you like all the time, being in conversation, not being able to relate to like not being able to bring your problems to them because they're like in a completely different world. They're like you're
Yeah.
all there, but you're not there, you
Right.
know. And they see a side of you in one area, but they don't get to see the other side. And you're like, okay, well, the
Mm.
business side can't really get all of me yet, and so on and so forth. And like I'm hoping, based on what you're saying right now, that like the paradise you're talking about, and this is what really excited me about when we were talking about like survival first in the book and the way you were going about it. It's like I'm hoping that the paradise is like I just get to be me, and like the person I am, that I can be with my friends, and the person who is running the business gets to be largely the same person. There's more
Yeah.
structure and all that stuff, but it's largely the same. And you almost couldn't tell and be like, oh, it makes perfect sense that you're
Mm.
doing this. I'm glad I'm your friend and I get all this for free, you know? Um, yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that loneliness. How does that like apply with what you're thinking right now?
No, it's just connecting me with more of the value
Yeah.
that I can help someone with. It's almost like a therapist type role, but it's very oriented around real business problems,
Yeah.
where like a therapist you hire isn't going to help you with your operations
Hmm.
or to or to poke out the problems with your marketing strategy.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, so that's just helping me kind of figure out what how I can be of service to other people, is being someone that I'll go there with you.
Yeah.
We'll go scuba diving into the darkness. Let's
Yeah.
see what we can find together.
Yeah. Just so you know, when you talk about scuba diving into darkness, like the way you do, I'm like, wow, that sounds intense. But if I'm going to do it, like scuba diving is not that bad, but like there's like I talk about like because I'm not like I talk about doing things. I control gravity. It's one of my superpowers, right? And it's like I just do it, right? So I can make like the falling of a leaf into the most heavy and profound, like deepest thing, you know, as well as like take people when they're like in the depths of it, keep them in their depths, but allow them to find the lightness, be able to do heavy things in a light way, you know. And there's something about like what you're talking about now that's like it's like I when I hear Taco Street and Street Taco and all that stuff there, I'm like, oh, like you're able to create that like level of inversion too. The places,
uh,
it's like, look, let's go down into the darkness, but don't feel like you're gonna be like covered in muck the whole way through.
yeah.
Like I can like we're gonna go down. It is dark. Don't worry, I got a lantern.
Uh,
It just so happens, or I got a flashlight. It so happens to have a clown face at the end of it, but it's a flashlight, and like we
yeah.
can navigate this here
Mm,
so that you can get onto the other side of whatever it is. And like, you don't have to do it alone. Both, and like I don't know if you're thinking about doing it one on one or if you're thinking about doing it with a group to like also get some more of that like non-aloneness going on.
mm,
So I've experienced that as a coach where it's like sometimes it's just easier to do things in a group because it's almost like, oh, I can tell you this here. I can guide you. Like as a guide, like they can come and be like, I can tell you. But if like, you're the only person out in the world who would actually believe what I'm saying or understand it
mm,
that way. And I'm like, let me go get like five other people so that like
yeah.
that you're not truly alone in this.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be curious how you're thinking about it.
Yeah. It's a lot of what I'm going to be doing is integrating more into entrepreneur circles and
Yeah.
worlds and getting out of my cave.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking for ways that I can connect with more entrepreneurs who are of this sense of like, yeah, let's go down this journey.
Yeah.
Um, and Austin's filled with, I mean, like
Tons.
there's an
Yeah.
entrepreneurial renaissance. Have you been out here?
Years ago.
Yeah,
Years ago. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So like
Man,
I
if
think
you
it's
if
time to make
we
uh
came out here, it's fucking like,
well, I'm giving you a call. I'm giving you a
yeah.
call, right? And we'll do something, we'll host something, we'll make something happen.
Hmm.
Um yeah, I have friends out there. It's probably the right time for me to come back out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I hear you, and I'm like, I think that's awesome. And you have the book, which is also like a place because you talk about darkness in the book, right? So this feels like a natural just extension of the book in some way, shape, or form. Is that
Yeah,
right?
it is. Yeah, once you read the book, the whole book, the first three lines of the book are through darkness, light.
Yeah, nice.
And the whole book is all about looking at risk and opportunity together.
Yeah,
It's not merely about darkness and risk and bad stuff, but it's about the reality that what we're all doing is holding the tension between risk and opportunity.
I gotta ask you a question here because I'm about to take off soon. So, but like,
Uh,
you good on time for if we go for just a few more minutes?
yeah.
Okay, cool. The question that's coming to me is is there a way, have you set up a way to capture people's like email and such if they buy your book?
My landing page does have an email capture,
Okay.
but if someone buys it through like Amazon, I don't know if I'd be able to capture the email from there.
Yeah, that's
I do invite people at the end of the book to go to the website.
yeah.
So that does exist.
So yeah. Okay. The reason like I'm thinking about this here because I'm like yeah, some things that come to me when I come to having a book, it's like, how can I actually get the audience of people that are coming in? Happy to get new viewership through Amazon and to get like the benefits that come from being in Amazon ranking.
Mhm.
But it looks like if you're making like you're gonna have a back end to
Uh-huh.
this whole thing,
Yeah.
and so like I feel like if it was just front end, then everything through Amazon, you get a certain percentage of that
Mhm.
comes through. I get curious for you if you want to create your own place where it's like you can buy it on Amazon or you can buy it on my website or something like that, so that you get a chance to capture and nurture those
Mhm.
relationships because it feels like what you're talking about is a natural extension from your book.
Yeah.
And so it's
Yeah.
like then the people who buy the book are likely the people who would want this. And I could easily see someone buys in, they get like an email sequence for a week or so, whatever it is, and they get a chance to like, longer term, of course, like longer nurturing stuff in there. But I'm just thinking about like a launch up front.
Mhm.
But they get a chance to keep growing and nurturing that such that then it's a natural thing from there.
Yeah, that's part of the plan. And one of the
Awesome.
guys who's helping me is someone who specializes in the back end part of the book experience.
Oh, cool.
So he's one of the homies on the team already.
Nice. Okay,
Um,
cool. Cool, cool, cool.
but yeah, it's still more of like for me to really understand like how do I explain what I'm doing because I don't know what I'm doing yet
That
and I don't know what I want to do yet. So what my intuition tells me is the market or people are going to tell me what they need, and then I'll be able to really dial something in.
uh yeah, yeah, yeah. I get that. I get that. It goes like we'll wrap up here. That feels good. I'm gonna also just put in one more thing, just based on what you said. Is there a way to get 5 to 10 homies to like of yours to like come together and give you a chance to like do some of this for a bit? So that like it goes. I feel like you have a blank canvas in your mind. You know what the ultimate end goal is. You know how you're gonna navigate it, so on and so forth. But almost like the write-in process, it's like when you have a book and it's done, you can easily
Uh-huh.
talk about it and edit it, so on and so forth. But it feels like you brought up multiple times and you're like, but I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it
Yeah.
yet. I'm like, is there a way to just help you get it done? And you talked about your homies a couple of different times. I'm like, are there any of them that live in your world that would actually be in alignment with this
Mhm.
to like help you.
Yeah, no, I've got some people. I've got
Yeah,
some people that, yeah.
yeah,
Um, one of my disc golf homies just bought like a landscaping company, and like he's already kind of like itching to do this kind of thing.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, that's I think the logical next step.
Just based on what you're saying, like, 'cause
Yeah.
it's like it keeps like wherever we go in a conversation, you're like, but I haven't seen it yet, right? So because it keeps showing up, I'm like, oh, okay, this is like one of those like you're in a maze somewhere, and no
Mhm.
matter what, you always get to the same dead end, you
Yeah.
know? And I'm like, well, it's not to say it's going to help you get 100% over it, but just to give you enough to then see what the problem is, the problems that exist there,
Hmm.
you know? Um, yeah, and just so you know, like I'm raising my hand, like just I don't, just know that like I got you. If I need to go to some of my homies to figure out some things to make some things happen, I'll try there. But you're on to something. Please have fun. Please don't stop having
Yeah.
fun. Like,
Ever.
yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
seriously, because it's something that you bring that I'm like, I think it is. I think it is part of what makes you irreplaceable, you
Hmm.
know. I think it is something that you like you get. And so and it's part of why I would, if you don't mind me reflecting right now, I know a lot of coaches. I'm sorry, I know a lot of coaches, guides, Sherpas, consultants. Like I know a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
people in
I
that
know.
in that yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I know them, and like and I love them, right? And as a result of it, I'm also very good with distinctions, right?
Mhm.
uh and so throughout it, I'm always looking at like, okay, so if someone came to me, why would I say Alex versus this other person versus this other person, you know? And in addition to what they want to work on, like if someone came and said, I need to work on darkness and all this stuff, I'm like, great. Like he literally does those
Mhm.
things easy. Um, but I would also bring someone to you that is like stuck in their thinking about their business and such, who's like is like, well, it needs to be this way, and like you go to their things and it's just like everything's so bland, and you're like, but where are you? Where are you
Yeah.
at? Where's your personality? Like it doesn't like where's that at? I'm like, you know who you can talk to? Like, let's get you set up with Alex. Like, read the book,
Mhm.
go over here. Like, let's start bringing more of you. Like, it's the work I do as well, but there's a way that you do it. So now let me try and look at that, like the distinction. Like,
Mhm.
I like to find those kind of distinctions along there, and I just think that one of the things that you're in the category of people who actually have fun with the work that they do and have found a way to be successful. They have the track record of being successful, having fun too,
Mhm.
and so you like that to me says you're one of the people who knows how to have fun, like in a way that can be valuable for others as well, for yourself and for others. And so I want to like put that out there. It's like something I find to be more distinct about you than the others that play in this game, that have a book, that are like all that stuff, that I'm like, oh, okay, you bring something different. So I just want to make sure that doesn't get lost.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Added some flavor to the business. Put some salt on the chicken.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're talking. Now
Okay.
now like, now we're talking. All right, Alex. So what's been your greatest insight from any part of our conversation here today?
Kind of just getting more clarity on like, oh, I need to do that. Yeah. It's like, okay, there's definitely one thing that's clear for me to do. Okay, that makes sense. I can go do that. Um, yeah, so it's been useful. Sometimes like when you've been winging it for so long, when you have all of the you can make any decision. There's so many different decisions to make. Sometimes you just need one of those decisions to just blink a little bit brighter on the radar. Be like, yep, that's the thing. So
Like that's the beautiful part, right? Like there's always other options, right? There's
mm,
other additional choices that can be made, right? Um, but I'm glad something's blinking for you. Like, and my hope is that like for me, it's just like, oh, you've already found some things that work for you. Let's not forget the
mm,
blinking path around that, and just how do we keep bringing that in?
yeah.
Awesome, awesome, Alex. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for trusting me. Anything else to include before we wrap up for today?
Yeah. What's the best way to just get in contact with you?
Yeah, I'll share my contact info and such after
Okay.
this as well. All right.
Cool.
All right, cool.
Cool.
Stay on one
Awesome.
second. All right.